sitting 9 games back in the wild card race. The Rays return home tonight, facing a make-or-break homestand. The next 10 games will determine their chances at making a run to the postseason. David Price turns the page on a tough July and looks to secure win number 1 in August. The Rays and the Blue Jays, and it all starts now. We greet you from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg as the Rays begin a 10-game homestand. First club in, the Toronto Blue Jays. This game 1 of a 3-game series. The new degree men Everest standings in the AL East. Boston up by a game on New York. The Rays are 10 back of Boston, a game and a half in front of 4th place Toronto. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. Good to have you with us tonight. Good to be home after that long road trip. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis in just a few moments. Well, a big homestand indeed, and leading it off would be this Toronto ball club led by Jose Bautista, the home run leader in the major leagues. And BA last year, 54 home runs. He has not hit a home run in 45 at-bats, translating to 14 games. Still leads the American League and the major leagues in home runs right now. That doesn't mean anything, however, to David Price, because he's tough. Bautista.
Oh, Jose Bautista, you talked about the home runs, 54 last year, leading Major League Baseball this year. How about add batting average to that? 64 points higher he's hitting this year than he did last year, and he's had a ton of success off David Price and the Rays. 8-19 off David Price with 3 home runs. In fact, he's reached base in his last 5 plate appearances. That'll be something that David Price will look to stop tonight, but this is a guy right in that 3-hole, always in the 3-hole, that you've got to be wary of because he carries such a mean stick.
Yeah, and David Price comes into this game 9-9 on the year. That's not what he expected this deep into the season. He did have a tough month of July, trying to turn it around now. Probably going to mean a little better command of some off-speed stuff.
I think you're exactly right, Dwayne. You know, David Price has lost his last 2 starts and has just 1 win in his last 6. You know, he talked about it publicly, said he wants to finish the year strong. He's bound and determined to do that. He absolutely is capable of it, but you're right. I think one of the ways that he can go about doing that is the secondary pitches, whether it be the slider, the curveball, the changeup. He's been very inconsistent with those pitches. Good with the fastball, inconsistent with the secondary pitches, and that is what has led to the uneven results.
And in our Coventry Healthcare pitching matchup, a very good matchup. David Price for the Rays and Ricky Romero. He's 8-9, but comes in with a 3.08 earned run average. So Romero and Price to start this 3-game series between the Rays and the Blue Jays. As we've mentioned at the outset, a 10-game homestand beginning tonight. Todd Callis takes a look at how crucial this homestand will be for the Rays.
of a 10-game homestand, longest homestand of the year, just about 5 minutes away. And is this a make or break stretch for the Tampa Bay Rays? Well, you decide. The Rays currently 10 behind Boston, 9 behind the Yankees. Toronto, Oakland, and Kansas City in town. The Rays have a losing record at home this year. They're hoping to turn that around during the next 10 games. Then it's off to New York and Boston for a critical 6-game road trip. That doubleheader in Boston, day-nighter on August the 16th. And our Geico quote of the game, we talked to Davey Martinez and BJ Upton about needing to protect the home turf.
We got a lot of games coming up at home, and we definitely got to play better here. Like you said, in the past we've dominated here throughout the year. So hopefully we turn things around, and we start with today. And that's our biggest thing right now. Joe and I talk about let's just concentrate on today's game and win today's game, and then we'll go from there.
We're going to continue to try to win, take it day by day. We can't look ahead, but at the same time, we know we got to play those guys a lot. Especially the 2 teams we have to catch, and we just have to try to win every game in between.
David Price done his warm-up tosses. We are ready for baseball. Less than 3 minutes until the first pitch tonight. Price and Ricky Romero, Wayne Stats, and Brian Anderson will have all the action for you in high definition right around the corner.
The Bus is in everything we do. By AT&T. Coventry Healthcare of Florida, lighting the way to better health. And by AutoWay. AutoWay is part of AutoNation, the largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. Tonight from Tropicana Field, the Rays playing host to the Toronto Blue Jays. The Rays have a record of 56 and 51. Toronto in at 55 and 53. They'll have Yunel Escobar leading off, playing shortstop, followed by their latest addition in center field, Colby Rasmus, coming over from the Cardinals. Jose Bautista's at third, hitting third in front of first baseman Adam Lynn. Edwin Encarnacion is the DH. Travis Snyder in left. Aaron Hill at second. Rajah Davis in right field, and J.P. Arancibia will do the catching at bat ninth.
Now making his 23rd start of the season, left-hander David Price, a 9-9 record, 3.76 earned run average. He's coming off a start in Oakland. Very uneven start for David Price. A little out of sync with the fastball. Had 4 walks in that ball game in 6 innings in taking a loss. And not a very good month of July overall. Just 1-3 with an ERA north of 5. He will be looking to right the ship. finish this year strong, and he's doing this against a team that he's had a lot of success against. 8-0 against the Blue Jays in 9 starts. Let's take a look at the Rays defense, left to right in the outfield. Desmond Jennings, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce. Across the infield, third to first, Evan Longoria, Sean Rodriguez, Ben Zobrist, and Casey Kochman. Kelly Shopik will be behind the plate. Tonight's Rays defense is brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of, you guessed it, the sweet spot.
And there's Joe Madden, the Rays skipper, in his 6th season as the Rays skipper. John Farrell in his first year as the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, the former pitching coach for the Boston Red Sox. Yunel Escobar leads it off, and the first pitch of this game is a fastball in the mid-90s, and that's a strike on the outside corner. We are underway. 88 degrees outside and 72 comfortable degrees inside Tropicana Field. 1-1 the count to Escobar. Yunel Escobar seems to have hit his stride here with the Toronto Blue Jays. He's coming off a very good month of July. Was the Blue Jays player of the month in July. Has the average over 300, and he's in the top 10 now in on-base percentage. Running 8th in the American League in that department. Fouls that fastball out of play.
Talk about David Price using this game as a springboard here for these last couple of months. Determined to try to finish this season out on a high note. Try to get the Rays back into this playoff chase.
And the pitch off speed, and he missed with it, a breaking ball.
And cue the breaking ball, because I think that's going to go a long way towards determining what kind of last couple of months David Price is going to have. This is a pitch that's been very inconsistent for David. That one, not bad, just off.
And now the count is full. He misses with a fastball.
You know, he's been so good with his fastball. The fastball command has been there. The walks are way down. However, it's those secondary pitches. It's the curveball, the slider, the changeup that have been very, very inconsistent.
Now the 3-2 and ball 4. So he walks Escobar. Well, here it seems to me is the challenge, Brian, for David Price. Fastball, 95, good command. He's trying to bring the other stuff along. But he's also trying to win games, and if he's in a tough spot, he's going to continue to rely on that fastball.
That's quite the conundrum.
It is, yes.
No, I mean, you think about it. You want David Price to lead with the fastball. We've talked about that over and over and over again. However,
there's Rasmus fouling one. Well,
you know, you got to be able to mix in those breaking balls.
So how do you work enough of those in?
That's right.
You know, with either the curveball or the changeup, so that you're comfortable throwing them and you can command them, and in the case of certainly a changeup, not tipping it off.
Maybe you lose one of the breaking balls. Instead of trying to work in a curveball and a slider, go with one and have a changeup for the righties. And perfect that breaking ball, so you only have to go to one. You're not splitting up the 10 breaking balls you throw a game, 5 curveballs, 5 sliders.
Yep.
Just go with one breaking ball, and then the changeup just has to become a mindset. I mean, the changeup is nothing more than a 4-seam fastball with a different grip. That's the only difference with that pitch.
2 balls and a strike.
So, you know, that's the place that he finds himself in, and it was, to me, what really stood out where you got the feeling that David doesn't trust his own breaking balls was in that last start against Oakland when he had the runner on third base and David DeJesus at the plate.
Yep, he had him set up to finish him off. High pop foul. This is Kochman, and Casey takes care of that.
Yeah, you had a situation where you had a runner on third and there was either nobody out or one out, and so you want to strike out in that situation. And David Price went fastball strike 1, fastball strike 2 to the left-handed hitting DeJesus, and then instead of just breaking out a slider and saying go back to the bench, punch you out, give him the yellow one and see you later, It was another fastball, fouled it off, another fastball, fouled it off, and then the 5th straight fastball, he was able to hit a fly ball out to left field and knock the run in.
First pitch is a strike to Bautista.
And that's a situation where a power pitcher, they can blow you, get ahead of you 2 strikes and then have that breaking ball to put you away because you need a strikeout there.
Yeah.
And it was just one fast-ball after the other until DeJesus hit a sac fly.
Yeah, it was one situation that cried out for something on speed to finish him off.
And just was not comfortable going to it. All the while, DeJesus is fouling off every fastball, getting more and more on it. You're not going to fool him at that point.
1-1 the count to Jose Bautista. And there's the strike. 1-2. 31 home runs and 71 runs batted in. He leads the major leagues in home runs and is 4th in the American League in hitting. Pitch popped up, foul ball right side. Kochman after it and reaches in, but cannot hang on to it. And almost a little handstand in the front row down there. But he could not hang on to that pop foul.
Well, you got the low wall, and you're trying to make a nice catch here. Casey Kochman, he gets glove on it. You see it's going to chop you right at the waist. And that ball, just the eyes were taken off that ball at the last minute. It rattled around, and he lost it.
Again, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him to chase one up out of the strike zone right there. He powered him up, and I mean up with that fastball.
Yeah, that was middle of the plate up. And Jose Bautista, who's got the high hands, but he also can get on top of fastballs up in the zone. That's why he makes him such a good power hitter. But this right here, with that kind of velocity, forget about it. That just blew him away right there.
Escobar still at first with 2 outs now, following the leadoff walk. And here's Adam Lind for the first, and Escobar's back in. Lind is in here batting cleanup against Price. And there was a time when he didn't see many left-handed pitchers out there, but he's hitting .292 against lefties this year. And there's a strike.
I'll tell you what else that does is it forces, you look at the lineup for the Blue Jays, and they staggered their 3 lefties in the lineup. Lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. That forces David Price to then have to readjust to the fastball down and away to every hitter. You're constantly making him move back and forth. That's not easy to do.
1 ball, 1 strike.
If you throw out a lineup of all righties against David Price and he gets the fastball down and away going, good night. That's the ball game for you. But now with a couple of lefties in there staggered, now all of a sudden you got to go down and away to the lefty, which is glove side, and then turn right around and down and away to the righty, his arm side.
Tap foul. It's 1-2.
Now tonight's game is available in Espanol via secondary audio programming brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
You really tighten up your off-speed stuff right there, too. No longer just SAP. Pitch miss. Fastball away. That one hit 97. The count is 2-2. Well, the Rays lead in this season series with the Blue Jays 5-3, but they have played some very close games against Toronto. It's going to be foul down toward the bullpen. Going to need a new bat. The Rays have dropped 6 of their last 10, and the Blue Jays have won 6 of their last 10. So they've closed that gap on the Rays a bit. It's just a game and a half starting this series.
And you don't think that John Farrell and the rest of the staff over there for the Toronto Blue Jays are saying, hey, listen, talk about a feather in the cap. Let's catch the Rays, pass them, get into 3rd place.
2-2, line to left, and right there to make the catch is Jennings, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the first. Rays coming in to hit. At Tropicana Field tonight, Desmond Jennings leads it off, followed by Johnny Damon, the DH, and Evan Longoria. Ben Zobrist has been very hot, swinging a steady bat. Hits clean up in front of Casey Kotzman, and then B.J. Upton. Matt Joyce hits 7th. Kelly Shopik behind the plate batting 8th, and Sean Rodriguez, the number 9 hitter, at shortstop.
Well, taking the mound tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays, left-hander Ricky Romero will be his 22nd start of the season. 8-9 record, 3.08 earned run average. His last start came against the Baltimore Orioles up at the Rogers Center. He went 8 1/3, 0 earned runs, punched out 9.
Desmond Jennings takes a pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes. Desmond, 11 of 33 since being recalled from the Durham Bulls. There's a strike, 1-1.
And showing an impressive approach at the plate. Really doing a nice job of, they stay away from him, he'll go that way, turning on mistakes.
Pitch down, and for a young hitter, he seems very comfortable to wait up there.
Yeah, you don't see that that nervous energy, that aggressiveness where he gets jumpy in the batter's box. Everything's very calm, smooth.
Fouls it back, 2-2.
When a hitter gets jumpy in the batter's box and you pick that up as a pitcher, that's when you know you've got him set up for the off-speed change-ups. He's done a nice job of sitting back on those pitches and at least being competitive, putting them in play.
And there's a full count to start the at bat here for the Rays. Bottom of the first. And a foul tip strikeout hung on the catcher J.P. Arancibia. Out on strike.
Yeah, barely too, because Desmond Jennings gets a piece of this, but you watch it rattle the glove of Arancibia. That ball down, very fortunate to hang on to that. Right into the thumb, but 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and he got it.
Now Johnny Damon pitches a strike. Damon is 7 out of 13 lifetime against this left-hander Romero, who tends to be what Joe Madden would call a reverse pitcher, reverse left-hander.
Yeah, and you know, I think the main reason for that in Romero's case is the fact that against left-handed hitters, I mean, he's basically fastball cutter. You know, he'll mix his changeup into them, but breaking ball, it's not a huge pitch. 2 strikes, yes, but it's not a huge pitch for him overall.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And you know that you're going to face the lefties that you do face that are going to be in the lineup, you know, when Ricky pitches, they're going to be the better left-handed hitters. And so if they can stay in there, discount the breaking ball, swing early in the count, they got a chance.
And there is strike 3 call. Well, there was a breaking ball.
There was, and he will throw it. 2 strikes. It's his highest percentage of throwing that pitch. That's why you run the risk. That's the one thing that you do off Romero. You run the risk of if you get to 2 strikes, now everything's in play. Or earlier in the count, you can eliminate pitches and go after the fastball or the cutter.
Well, you know, that curveball he has really is a difference maker for him. The pitch, and Longoria takes it outside 1-0. Because that's the one pitch he is consistently above average with, throwing for strikes.
You just saw that with Johnny Damon. That wasn't a swing and a miss at a curveball out of the strike zone.
Yeah.
He popped that thing right in there.
All his other pitches are average or even below average in terms of throwing strikes with him. But the curveball is above average. Ground ball to third. Bautista makes the throw to first, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3. We're on to the second, no score.
Pitchers can amass 10 strikeouts in a home game. You can take your ticket stub to any Cane's furniture store and get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Plus, while you're there, you can sign up for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. Cane's, quality so good, it's guaranteed for life.
Edwin Encarnacion lifts a high pop fly. Left center, not too deep, and out goes Rodriguez to make the catch. In short left, 1 pitch, and 1 out. Here's Travis Snyder. No Price consistently throwing strikes here. And 22 pitches in the first inning. And 21 fastballs. Snyder takes 1 for a strike.
Well, nothing new there. We saw him just one of those starts on the last homestand where he went 43 of the first 45 were heaters.
And in with another one for a strike, mid-90s, 0-2.
And that probably plays into why the breaking balls suffer. You know, if you're going to go that deep into a game on so many fastballs, you're not throwing a breaking ball, a quality breaking ball during a game situation.
Yeah, well, that's
maybe a half hour, 40 minutes,
and that's the catch-22. Yeah, it's really difficult. You know, one of the ways that you get better at anything is to do it over and over again. Pitch is outside. 2-2. Some of us have to do lots of things over and over again, and we never get quite as good as we'd like to be.
Speak for yourself.
There is a pitch a little bit wide. Yeah, but the fun is in the trying.
Yeah, oh, yes. Yes.
And doing it over and over again. So Price with his fastball, he does a lot of those. He's in good shape with that one, and he breaks Snyder's bat. Longoria to Kochman, and Snyder is out of there. But that really is the issue with, I think, with Price.
Well,
I mean, you know, he can't go out there and throw 50% curveballs.
No. But that's why I think that, let's put it this way. If Randy Johnson could find a way to work in his slider, so can David Price.
So it'll all work out.
It will. First and foremost, though, you're right. He does have to stay with the fastball.
Darren Hill, and he takes a strike. Hill's batting .232. And the count goes to 1-1. And a high fly ball to left. Desmond Jennings is there to make the catch. It's a quick 1-2-3 second. Through an inning and a half. No score. The second inning, and look at our Toyota trend. The numbers since July the 5th on Ben Zobrist, an on-base percentage of .490.
Ben Zobrist has been red hot. Reached base safely in 20 of those 21 games. A juggernaut, if you will.
And the pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Where are the runs?
Particularly at home. So the Rays are hoping that on this 10-game homestand, things start to even out a little bit.
And how about the fact that, what was it, the last 4 games, the Rays have averaged 7 runs a game,
That's
taking
right.
more walks in the last couple of weeks.
They really have walked a lot more. 2-1. So you have to figure out, is that because of the pitching they were facing, or did they have better at bats? Foul out of play.
I'm going to say better at bats.
Good.
In order to keep everybody's interest, they were better at bats. Yep. Well, you know what? That was such a big part of their the offense last year. You know, they didn't hit for a particularly high average, but boy, did they take a lot of walks, had a lot of stolen bases, so they gave themselves extra opportunities. That wasn't the case for most of the first 4 months of the season.
the foul ball back. Well, here's the other thing. There are, admittedly, a lot of strikeouts in this lineup. And it's even more important for this club to be as disciplined as they can be, to try to draw walks, to get on base any way they can, because with the number of strikeouts that they've had, as Joe Madden has said, there are unproductive outs here.
Yeah.
Way too often.
Well, and you know, at the strikeout rate that that they have, that's fine if you're leading the league in home runs. But when you're not a very power-laden team, you're not a bunch of sluggers, and you're striking out at that high rate when you really need to be able to play small ball.
Hey, there's a walk drawn by Zobrist right there.
Well, that makes sense, too, because, like I said, he's seeing the ball well. You know, we talked about that on the road trip. It wasn't even the fact that he was swinging the bat well. He, of course, was. But it was even in the way that he takes pitches. Just has a real good idea of his strike zone right now.
Well, you saw the walk totals there with this latest spurt for the Rays. They're up to third in the American League in walks. 353 walks drawn coming into this game.
I think that's the unproductive out is what's hurt him. Not moving runners up, getting them to third base and not getting them in. You give away, strike out 9 or 10 times a night, give away over 3 innings worth of outs, not doing anything. I mean, it's just tough to put runs on the board.
Yeah, when you think about it, you only have 27 outs to do something with, and if 9, 10, or 11 of those times you're not doing anything, well, you've got a 5 or 6 inning offense going.
That's it.
Pitch inside to Kochman. It's 1-1. Casey hitting .326, third in the league. Takes a good look at that pitch away. It's 2-1. Ricky Romero, a 14-game winner last year. He was 14-9 with a .373 earned run average. It's down at .308 to start this game tonight this year. Zobrist back in. See those numbers. Zobrist also capable of stealing a base. Right side open right now. Zobrist being held on, and the pitch is bounce foul down the right side. The count is 2-2. Lifetime against the Rays, 3-3 with a .369, so it's really reflective of his career overall. And he hits Kochman with that pitch. So that'll put runners at first and second now.
Well, you know what, Dwayne? We never got to the Blue Jay defense, so I'm going to wrap that up for you right now.
Let's do it right now, immediately.
Left to right of the outfield. Travis Snyder, Colby Rasmus, and Rajai Davis across the infield, third to first. Jose Bautista, Yunel Escobar, Aaron Hill, and Adam Lind and J.P. Arancibia will handle the catching duties. Tonight's Blue Jay defense brought to you by Sweet Base Supermarket, home of the Sweet Spot.
Well, 2 men on with nobody out. And here's B.J. Upton. Well, here's a situation where you'd like to have a productive at-bat of one sort or another.
Well, you've got 2 guys on base now that did not even have to put the ball in play. They were handed to you, a walk and a hit by pitch.
The turn, nothing doing back at second as Zobrist is the runner there. He was walked and Kochman was hit by a pitch.
Those are gifts. And so now, you know, early in the ball game, you've got David Price on the mound. You want to make some noise here. You've been handed 2 base runners.
And BJ takes the pitch and shorten on the bat. 1 ball and no strikes.
And you got a guy, Ricky Romero, who's having a hard time with the strike zone right now.
There's the breakout for BJ in July. He started with that 390 average through 11, and the last 13 games hit 096. And he takes a pitch for a strike. No signs of the bunt there. Lynn was coming in a couple of steps from first base just in case. Now it's 1-1. BJ takes it inside. It's 2-1. Romero's coming off a win over the Orioles. His last time out, he pitched 8 1/3 scoreless innings. And now he misses again. He's behind Upton 3-1.
Yeah, and look at that Fox tracks where those pitches are. They're all over the place. You said he's having a hard time commanding the strike zone. Hey, he hit Casey Kotchman with a curveball.
Yep.
So right now.
And that's the pitch that, as we mentioned earlier, that he really throws for strikes more consistently than any other pitch.
Yeah, and well, you missed that badly that you hit a left-handed hitter, and then look at the fastballs to BJ, all yanked in and off.
The 3-1. Jay missed that one. The count is full.
Boy, that looked like that cut fastball at 93 miles an hour. That ball really, yeah, you see that thing cut right in on BJ. It throws it very, very hard.
And ball 4 inside. So that ball ran in, and the bases are loaded. Zobrist to third, Kotchman to second, and Upton draws the walk to Lodum.
Well, in tonight's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
Now it'll be the left-handed bat of Matt Joyce. So the Rays, without the benefit of a hit, have the bases loaded. Big opportunity here in the second inning. And Joyce takes a breaking ball outside. Curveball missed down and away. A ball, no strikes.
Well, this is the one part of the game that can get away from Ricky Romero is the command. He's a very high-energy pitcher. He can get a little bit out of whack mechanically, try to keep him slowed down.
And a strike. Fastball caught the zone.
Where you can really see that is when you see a pitcher consistently yanking pitches, whether it be the fastball, the cutter, the breaking ball, whatever it is. When they're yanking pitches, sometimes you're just a little too geeked up.
And Joyce could not check on that one. The curveball that seemed to try to check. Lance Barksdale says he went around, and he did.
Yes, he did. That was that power curveball that he will feature. He really jumped on that one, too. Threw it with a lot of effort, and that fooled Joyce.
And a little foul ball. He tried to throw him a curveball again. Joyce 0 for 4 lifetime against Ricky Romero, and his lefty-righty breakout. And a take there on a pitch in. 2-2.
A hard changeup there of Romero, and Joyce did a nice job to lay off that pitch. Got to put the ball in play here.
Two. He fouls it. Curveball that stayed in a little bit.
Well, now that's the third curveball that Matt Joyce has seen in this sequence. So starting to become a little bit more familiar with the release point, the spin. like to see Matt Joyce do something here. But, you don't want him to strike out. You've got Kelly Shopik on deck, who's got a pretty high strikeout total. You could potentially let Romero wiggle off.
And a swing and a miss. Joyce strikes out on a curveball.
Well, the two good ones that he threw, Matt Joyce, he got the swing and a miss over the top of it. The two that he kind of hung, Matt was able to spoil. But look at that pitch. A good downer curveball, picks up that strikeout, and now you've got Kelly Shopik. He's another guy that's prone to the strikeout. So now you're starting to let Ricky Romero see some light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, he walked two and in between hit a man to load the bases, and Shopik up here hitting .260 against left-handed pitchers. 191 overall. The pitch is up and away. Started him with the off-speed pitch. His changeup is somewhere in the mid to upper 80s sometimes.
Throws it very, very hard. Not a big gap between fastball, changeup, velocity.
Shopik, he starts to go, but he checked. Changeup and then a fastball, and the count is 2-0. Adrian Johnson umpiring down at first, right on the call. Shopik hit .286 with a home run on the just completed road trip. And he's missing that fastball down.
Yeah, aggressive there, 2-0. He's got the count in his favor, and probably too aggressive because this was ball 3. Another cutter.
One out with him loaded. And he had him out in front there. The count is 2-2, so the changeup.
Yep. That's exactly what you were talking about. This was a very good changeup, too. The best one of the night so far. Look at Shopik. That ball just off the end of his bat. The change in velocity. Gets a hitter to swing a little bit too early.
So now Shopik at 2-2. Romero starting to think he might work his way out of this. And he strikes out Shopik. That's a curveball.
Well, that's what you were afraid of once he got to 2 strikes on Joyce. That's why you wanted Matt Joyce to be able to put that ball in play and do something, because if he's able to strike him out, then you've, like I said, you've got Kelly Shopik prone to the strikeout. He gets him with that good curveball again, and now he can get it out any way he wants and be able to get out of this inning.
Well, it's going to be up to Sean Rodriguez. Rays loaded the bases with nobody out. Now they're still loaded with 2 outs. Sean hitting .224 for the year. .317 against left-handed pitching. And he fouls a fastball in on him, strike 1.
And since he went out to shortstop 8 games ago, started all 8 games at short, he's 4 out of 5 against lefties with a couple of walks. So let's hope that on-base percentage of .857 in the last 7 ABs can do something here. It's come down to him.
And he takes the pitch down. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a ground ball down to third. Bautista takes it down to Hill, and the Rays saw 33 pitches in that inning, put 1 in play, and leave the bases loaded.
Right here, guys. 11 and 12-year-old state champions out of New Tampa. Congratulations on the victory. They are the state champions. They are heading to Georgia. Kid right there, Grady, right? You pitched the state championship? Nice job. We have Ed Thinger right up here to tell us about your team out of New Tampa. You guys won the state of Florida. Now what's next?
We headed to Warner Robins, Georgia for the Southeast Regional, where we will play Virginia, West Virginia, and South Carolina in pool play.
So these are the 11 and 12-year-olds. The winner of the Southeast Regional goes to the big show, huh?
Yeah, they go to Williamsport the following Sunday, and we have a chance to be on ESPN a couple nights next week.
How thrilling was it with the kids out of New Tampa to win that state crown?
It was amazing. We were the first team to even get to the finals in our park, in the history of our park over the last 15 years.
So, guys, the 11 and 12-year-olds in front of me, and you have a website you want people to know about in case they're interested in helping you guys out?
Yes, if anybody's interested in donations, because this is very expensive for all the families, they can go to ntlllallstars@yahoo.com and contact myself, Ed Thinger, for any donations. No amount is too small.
ntlllallstars@yahoo.com. NT New Tampa Little League All-Stars. ntlllallstars@yahoo.com. Congratulations. Good luck in Georgia. Guys, good luck to you in Georgia, okay? Get to Williamsport. See you guys. Back up to you.
All right, and we'll be keeping an eye on those guys. 11 and 12-year-old from New Tampa.
Now, there were a number of them down there with good baseball hair, so they got that going in their favor.
Yep. Yeah.
Pan left.
Yeah.
There we go.
And wearing the caps the right way.
Spicoli down there.
Oh, wow. What won the count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee a 4-hole hitter. An ace pitcher. And it's been confirmed.
Yep.
You can tell.
So we got
the best baseball hitter.
Bomb up here.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Roger Davis has been called out on strikes on a fastball, and Aaron Seabee up here swings and misses. That fastball at 95, and the count is 2-2. Pitch is fouled out of play, and so the count is still 2-2. One out, base is empty. Swing and a miss, a big cut. Aaron Seabee is out on strikes. Third strikeout now for David Price.
Now David Price gets Aaron Seabee here on a little backdoor cutter. See the ball, just that late movement. Aaron Seabee pulls off of it, and Price picks up the strikeout. Well, this weekend, Friday, August the 5th through Sunday, August the 7th, the Rays Wives and Waste Management will be holding a backpack and school supplies drive at Tropicana Field. Please bring these items to the Waste Management Bagster collection points inside gates 1 and 5. All items collected will be donated to the Pace Center for Girls. Fans who donate items will be registered to win Rays prizes and tickets.
One strike to count to Escobar. Tap foul outside of third base. The count is 0-2. A little breaking ball there.
Yeah, and that's how you work it in. You know, you get some counts in your favor. Maybe the guy doesn't handle breaking balls very well. Bring it out.
Pulling away from that fastball.
It's also the second time through the lineup, so he's going to try to show them a little bit different look, put something else into their mind. Smart pitching.
1-2 the count. And he got him looking. Escobar thought it was down, but he's called out on strikes. Price strikes out the side. 1-2-3. Go the Toronto Blue Jays. He got Davis looking. Aaron Seabee swinging and missing. And Escobar looking. No score. There's Desmond Jennings. Shortens on the bat, takes the pitch in for strike one. Desmond quickly behind in the count. The off-speed pitch.
Yeah, you can't blame him on that. That changeup just disappeared. And that has had as much downward movement as a good split finger.
Jennings got a little piece of that one. They went right back with that changeup. And another good one, and Desmond just did get a little piece of it.
Well, he just saw the nastiest one that he's ever going to see, so anything after that is he's going to think is hittable.
He breaks his bat, and it's a ground ball to third. Bautista makes the play. So that's the first out in the home half of inning 3.
Well, introducing Fox Sports Game Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans. You can log on to take part in the most interactive forum during Rays games. Stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can even share your thoughts with the game broadcast. Would we care about that if they did that?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We encourage that.
Yes. Fox Sports Game Connect, now available on foxsportsflorida.com.
Johnny Damon, and the pitch is inside to Damon. 1 ball, no strike.
I thought that's what Web Wednesdays were for.
Yeah.
Now it's every day? Every day's a Web Wednesday?
You can do that every day.
That's what it sounds like.
High fly ball lifted into center. Rasmus with a lot of territory out there, and he makes the catch. So 2 outs now with the bases empty. Evan Longoria is on his way to the plate. Evan grounded out third to first, his first time. The Rays had the only scoring opportunity. They had the bases loaded with nobody out, and Romero pitched his way right out of that jam. Now Longoria.
And you know, that still astounds me as we were rolling out that inning, what you said.
Yeah, they put 1 ball into play out of 33 pitches. Yep.
And left the bases loaded.
Tap foul. 1-1. Yeah, they got a walk to lead it off, and a hit batter, and another walk. And then nothing until the ground ball that resulted in the final out of the inning. Two balls and a strike.
That's the
that in a nutshell tells you a lot.
That it does. That's the scenario that you put forth in front of somebody as like a brain teaser, and figure this out. They see 33 pitches, they load the bases, put 1 ball in play. But how do you do it? And people are like, "Yeah, no, it's impossible to do." We just watched it.
Yep. Foul ball, and the count is 2-2. Well, and we saw Romero. I mean, once he got a couple strikes on Joyce, still nobody out. He's thinking, I can get out of this now. He saw a way out. Count is full to Evan. Curveball stayed wide, and you know he's been inconsistent even with the curveball tonight.
That was the one that hit Kochman.
Yep, that's exactly right. 3-2 to Longoria. And he rolls it to third. Bautista makes the throw to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. We're headed into the 4th. The Rays nothing and the Jays nothing. Brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh. And by your local Southern Ford dealers. No score for Tropicana Field. Fortunate to live in the most beautiful part of this great United States of America. And what a sunset that was.
And you almost came out of your seat right there. They got pretty excited. Now that is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous down here.
Colby Rasmus to lead it off for Toronto. The pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Rasmus, Bautista, and then Lynn. David Price, 4 strikeouts tonight, giving up a walk. Ground ball foul. The count is 1-1. Blue Jays getting Rasmus from the St. Louis Cardinals. Things just were not working out for Rasmus over there with Tony La Russa, their skipper. The Blue Jays really think Rasmus has a chance to blossom. Even though St. Louis is a very supportive atmosphere, baseball is a central part of that community, and it's a little more low-key in Toronto, and they think that will work to the advantage of Colby Rasmus.
He's another edge walker, as Lou Brock would say.
That's right. A little tap up the right side. Kochman takes care of that. Well, that's 2 former Cardinals that are edge walkers.
And on other teams.
Yeah. Hey, time for the AT&T trivia. Who was the last player to lead the major leagues in home runs in consecutive seasons? Well, we could have a guy do that this year, and you're looking at him. Jose Bautista was the home run king last year, and right now leads in home runs. It's all of Major League Baseball with 31 home runs.
I'll tell you what's impressive about Jose Bautista this year in particular is last year, 54 home runs, tons of power, but only a .260 batting average. He's still getting it done with the power this year, leading all of baseball in home runs, but he's hitting 63 points higher.
Yeah, how about that? Oh, a high shot deep into left field, and that ball is gone. A 2-0 pitch, and Jose Bautista, who had not homered in 14 games, just unloads on David Price. That's number 32. And the Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead.
Well, and this is his 4th home run off David Price. David struck him out in his first at-bat on a fastball that was out over the plate, but it was elevated. It was way up. This one, not quite as far up the ladder, and he gets hit hard. David knows it.
So that's the only hit of this game, accounting for the only run of this game.
How about what Jose Bautista's done to Rays pitching this year? That makes him now 8 out of 16 with 7 walks, 4 home runs. Now they've all been solo shots, but he has really torn up Rays pitching across the board.
Yep. Strike Adam Lynn. And now he's 9 out of 21 with 4 home runs lifetime against David Price. There's a pop foul back toward the screen. Shopping will run out of room. That's about 4 rows back. So Bautista snaps that homerless streak. He has 32 home runs for the year. Still 2 strikes with that foul ball back. We've gone 46 at bats and had gone 14 games coming into this one without a home run. A ball, 2 strikes. foul ball up the right side. Curveball from Price there. 1 and 2 at around 80. You see just a handful of those. There's a ground ball backhanded by Zobrist, and they throw out Lind at first. So he came back to get him on a fastball after he fouled the curveball.
And a nice play there by Ben Zobrist. We've seen him get to be very efficient going to his right, and that little backhand play throwing back across his body. It makes it look very easy.
Cleveland and Boston are delayed because of rain. Some thunderstorms in the area up there at Fenway. But Encarnacion takes the pitch, and it's high. 1 ball and no strikes. Now 2-0. The Yankees and the White Sox on the card to play in Chicago, and that game now has been delayed because of rain. Soft fly ball short right, falls in front of Joyce, and Encarnacion has a base hit.
Now, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com today.
Encarnacion dropped that soft fly ball in the short right field on an off-speed pitch.
Kind of jammed him. He pushed it out there.
Now, Travis Snyder takes a fastball down. 1 ball, no strikes. You know, these guys, it's second time through, but they're still geared to the hard stuff, and you know, they start early, and if they do make contact with an off-speed pitch, they are likely to jam themselves, and that's what happened on the ball hit by Encarnacion. An off-speed pitch, and he managed to get enough of it to drop it in front of Joyce.
Get him out in front. I mean, any team that faces David Price is looking heat. I mean, if you're not, you're a fool. He throws it so frequently, and he's got such good velocity. But you got to tell yourself, I'm looking for the hard stuff, and I'm going to, you know, react to the off speed, to the breaking pitches, and you know, and hope he hangs them.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, you just
your approach.
Adjust down to the off speed stuff. 2 and 2 now the count on a cut and a miss.
Yeah, so you never get off the hard stuff, but that's what also makes it more difficult for David as the game moves on. You get to that 3rd and 4th time through the lineup, so heavy on the fastball.
Runner takes off, and the pitch is fouled. Fastball foul the other way. So Encarnacion retreats to first. He's over there with 2 outs and a 2-2 count on Travis Snyder. And a cut to miss. He chased that one. Not a lot of reaction time, and he chased one out of the zone. A run on the Bautista homer. 1-0 Toronto. Hit in the bottom of the fourth inning. Let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Who was the last player to lead the majors in home runs in 2 consecutive seasons? Jose Bautista has a chance to do that this year. The most recent hitter was Alex Rodriguez with the Texas Rangers. He had 57 in 02 and 47 in 03. Bautista, who had 54 last year, has 32 this year, including the one in the top of the fourth inning here tonight. Now Ben Zobrist shortens, and that pitch is a strike.
And you see Ben square around there like he was going to try to do something. This ball gets called a strike on him. That was clearly off the plate. And that really wasn't close at all.
Foul at the feet of the catcher. Pierre and Sebia, 0-2. Ben drew a walk to start that second when the Rays loaded the bases with nobody out and did not score. Zobrist is out on strikes.
I'll tell you what, that's a tough sequence there. First of all, you fall down in the count 0-1 on a fastball well off the plate. Then you foul off a tough fastball at the knees away. And then how about this power changeup? Look at this, just gone. I mean, just gone. That's one of the better power changeup you'll see. That's starting to creep up into Shields land as far as the velocity and the finish on that pitch.
It's Casey Kochman. Ground ball to third, and it gets beneath the glove of Bautista and into left field. Casey's aboard. Well, Bautista tried to play that off to his right, and the ball stayed down and got by him.
Yeah, I think he was fooled by the swing. He kind of double clutched at that ball, and you see right there, just coming up too quickly, the ball gets under the glove, and they give him an error.
That's his 5th error of the year. You know, there's some talk about Brett Lowry, who the Blue Jays got from Milwaukee in the Sean Markham deal, and then he broke his hand. He lost about I think 6 weeks to that. He's in Las Vegas and just tearing it up there. There's some talk about him being up here soon. Ground ball off the bat of Upton. Escobar Hill 1, Lane 2, and it's a 6-4-3 double play to retire the side. 1-0 Toronto. One nothing. We go to the 5th inning with Toronto leading the Rays. Time for the Keep Your Edge Spotlight, brought to you by Just for Men Mustache and Beard. Right now, the Rays down by 1. You see, Louis Tiant beat Toronto 9 consecutive times. Price has done it 7 times. He tries to help the Rays keep their edge. When he does that, you can keep your edge with Just for Men mustache and beard. But he's got to get a couple runs first. Aaron Hill takes a pitch down, a ball and no strikes. So if he can somehow get some run support tonight, he's got a chance to hand them their 8th consecutive loss in the hands of David Price.
Yeah, that's not easy to do either. David Price, going out and dominating the Blue Jays like he has. And, his ERA in those 8 wins, 7 in a row, but 8 out of 9 starts. He's got an ERA of under 2. But how about here in this building, coming into this start against Toronto at Tropicana Field, 6-0 with a .81.
There's a bunt by Davis. Nobody's going to be at home at first, and he has himself a bunt single. Well, Price was not going to win that foot race trying to get to the bag.
No, the only chance was that David Price get that ball and be able to make the tag, or Kochman get it and make a tag. But right there, if you're waiting for someone to be over there at first base and cover and beat Davis, forget about it.
I mean, this guy can really fly. We saw that when he was with the Oakland Ball Club. So he bunts his way on. He has 31 steals. Interestingly enough, though, he's been caught 10 times.
And that's just learning to become a base stealer.
Oops, and he almost found himself in no man's land there.
Yeah, I mean, it's about getting jumps. I mean, straight line speed is nice, but you better know what you're doing over there. So you getting jumps, reading pitchers, proper technique. But definitely the tool of speed is there.
There's a board with 1 out. Price keeping an eye on him.
You'll see sometimes base runners take what they call a one-way lead. They'll get out there so far. The only idea is that they have is to draw a throw from the pitcher so that they can go back and
now they got him caught. A good throw by Kochman, and it hits the base runner Davis, and he's safely in there. Well, they had him caught off first. Kochman tried to get the angle, but he hit him.
Well, that's what happens when you're not able to clear enough ground. It's even tougher on the right-handed throwers. Casey Kochman has the built-in advantage of being a lefty to step in and throw around him. But you see right there, he gets on top of that throw and hits Davis right in the well, you see Davis too. Look at how that inside angle he took. He went so far inside, he was actually on the edge of the grass, working against the angle that Kochman was trying to create.
Now he's on his way to third, and the throw going to get him there. He is out at third base. Shopik to Longoria. So Davis, living dangerously out there on the bases, is finally caught trying to steal third.
Well, Kelly Shopik got rid of this ball so quickly. I mean, he was up and out of his stance. You see Davis trying to time up Price. And Shopik right on the money. Plenty of time.
2 outs. The 0-1 pitch. Aaron Sebia misses the fastball. It's 0-2. Davis caught stealing for the 11th time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, it's an adventure when he's on the bases because of that speed. Inside.
Well, he didn't have that really good walking lead that you like to see out there at second base, leaving more from a traditional leadoff.
And a swing gonna miss. Aaron Sebia strikes out. No runs, a bunt single, caught stealing, and nobody left. Bottom half of inning 5 coming. Joey Shopik and Rodriguez due up. 1-0 Toronto. the second inning without the benefit of a hit. Joyce struck out. Shopik struck out. And a force play ground ball ended that threat. David Price, meanwhile, has 6 strikeouts tonight. He's touched on the home run off the bat of Jose Bautista in the 4th. Now the Rays bat in the bottom of the 5th. And here's Matt Joyce again. And he swings and misses the fastball. Strike 1. Only 8 pitches in the top half of the 5th. Romero did better than that in the bottom of the 4th. He made only 5 pitches. It's a ball, and the count is 1-1, and it included a strikeout. He had a 5-pitch inning. Zobrist out on 3 pitches. Kochman reached on the error, and then Upton on the first pitch hit into the 6-4-3 double play. Escobar, Hill to Lynn. That completed a 5-pitch inning for Romero. 2-1 here to Joyce. That in contrast to that 33-pitch inning in the second, when only 1 ball was put into play and the Rays left the bases loaded. 3-1 the count to Joyce. And ball 4. Ball getting away from Aaron Sebia. Romero walks Joyce. Rays with a base runner. Right now, let's join Todd Cowles.
Dwayne caught up with John Jaso today right after he did a little cardio work on the field. He said he had a little setback during the last road trip with the Rays. He said he felt really good swinging soft toss and off the tee, but when he faced live batting practice, the oblique grabbed on him a little bit and only lasted 5 pitches. So now he's back to hitting off the tee, maybe a little longer than the Rays thought it would be for John Jaso. So that means Robinson Chirinos will get more of a shot, and Joe Madden before today's game working with the young rookie behind the plate and also with his hitting. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you. It's Kelly Shopik going after the first pitch and lifting a high pop up. Hill out from second takes care of that.
Well, whether you're looking for children's activities, restaurant deals, insider tips, and more, you'll find it all at TampaBay.com/things to do, powered by the St. Petersburg Times. I stumbled across that. TampaBay.com/things to do.
Yep.
And there's a lot to do around here. That's all I'm going to say. Check it out.
Okay. 1 on, 1 out. Sean Rodriguez. There goes the runner. The pitch, a swing and a miss. And the throw down, and Joyce is out trying to steal. Hill put the tag on him. Joyce went in head first, and so the Rays lose the base runner.
Well, not an easy pitch here for Aaron Sebia. You see, he had to go down and catch that ball right off the dirt, but look at the throw. I mean, right on the bag. Slid right into the tag. A good call, a perfect throw.
First time Joyce has been caught stealing this year. Giving him 9 out of 10. The Rays trying to steal their way into scoring position and trying to maybe take advantage of Aaron Sebia. Thrown out only, I think, 13% of the runners stealing.
And
he made a good throw on a tough pitch right there.
That's it. I mean, that was the one. If you're going to run on it, that's the one to run on.
And Rodriguez is out on strikes. A tough curveball. We're through 5, and it's 1-0 Toronto. He scored a run in the fourth on a home run by Jose Bautista, his 32nd of the year. And that's it. Blue Jays have 3 hits and a walk off David Price. And here's Yunel Escobar at the top of the order. Takes a pitch inside, a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Fly ball. This one well hit to the opposite field, and that's going to get out of here. A home run off the bat of Escobar, his 10th home run of the year. A fastball to the opposite field, and it's 2-0.
Well, Escobar there got a fastball away from him and elevated, and he did a nice job of staying behind this swing instead of lunging out after it. Look at him just stay there with a powerful stroke. Stay back for a long time, late with the swing. I'll tell you what, to get a ball out the other way, you've got to really generate some quick bat head speed and not a lot of time because you're letting that ball travel so deep. That was impressive.
Kobe Rasmussen, he tees off on one, hits it a long way, but it's foul up the right side. He had home run distance. 1 strike to count on it. 0 for 2 tonight. He had 246 in St. Louis with 11 home runs. Puts it on the ground to first. Kochman's got it. Steps on the bag. 1 away.
Well, let's take another look at our AutoWay text poll question. You can text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. What team did the best job of helping themselves at the trade deadline? TB1, the Rangers. TB2, the Phillies. TB3, the Braves. TB4, the Giants. Or TB5, please.
First pitch to Bautista is a ball, 1-0. With the strike. 1-1. Bautista hit the home run on a 2-0 pitch in the 4th inning. There's a strike on the inside part of the plate. He's 4 out of 5 this year against David Price. That's his 3rd home run off Price this year. All solo shots. And for good measure, he also has a walk against him. A towering pop-up, foul ball right side, and Kochman makes the catch. That was a power hitter's pop-up right there. 2 gone. Escobar has opened the inning with a home run to make it 2-0. Here's Adam Lind. And 0 for 2. Bounce it back. That's a strike.
You start to see here now, the 3rd time through this order, these swings getting much more aggressive. I mean, these guys are really just trying to back leg and take big hacks.
Two strikes to count to Lind. Popper short right. Zobrist down, and here comes Joyce making a sliding catch, and boy, Zobrist was calling for it and had to peel out of there to save his own skin as Joyce came streaking across to make the catch. A run scores on the home run. 2-0 Toronto. move into the bottom half of the sixth. The Mosaic Company and the Rays working together to end hunger through home runs for food. With each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $51,000 has been donated to Feeding America Tampa Bay. Desmond Jennings takes a pitch down and in. Jennings has struck out and grounded out. Tap foul. 1-1. Cleveland's now batting, I guess, in the top of the first, and they resume play in Boston. They were trying to get that game underway. They have taken the tarp off, and they're going to try to get it started here in a few minutes. Long drive off the bat of Jennings, and he hits this one out of here. Jennings, an opposite field home run, showing some great power right there. His second home run of the year, and the Rays are on the board with their first hit, a leadoff home run in the bottom of the sixth off the bat of Desmond Jennings.
Dueling leadoff men. You can go opposite field, so can I. It's part of that approach that we have talked about with Desmond Jennings, the willingness to sit back and let a ball travel deeply, hit it the other way, and with surprising pop to get it out to right center.
Johnny Damon, and the pitch is a strike. Up until that home run by Jennings, Damon is the only Rays hitter to hit the ball out of the infield when he had a fly ball to center in the third. And hits it on the ground towards short, picked by Escobar, and the throw to first is in time for the first out. Another thing on the ball that Jennings hit, he's stronger than he was last year at the end of the season when we saw him.
You think?
He is strong, and there's an example of it right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, we talked about it with Escobar. You hit a ball out opposite field, that is not easy to do. That short swing right there, let the ball travel deeply, not lunging out after it, and putting us, being able to generate that kind of bat speed so quickly into the swing.
Longoria chopping one to short. Escobar has this one and makes the throw to first. Well, that's one of the things that allows him to wait so much, and that in the short time he's been up here, that's the one thing that I've noticed about him that we didn't get a chance to see last year when we saw him. But I think because he's stronger, he's more confident to wait longer and hit the ball the other way.
And what do they say? What are the hitting coaches when they talk about guys willing to do that? They trust their hands. They'll see the ball long away, let it travel deep, and shoot it the other way, and trust their hands to be quick enough to be able to turn on the pitch that's inside and get them started quick.
Well, that's that is a very, not because he hit the home run, but we saw him on the road trip hit a couple of balls the other way for base hits.
Yeah.
And to watch him wait, that's the most encouraging thing we've seen about Jennings, because we've seen a lot of other good things prior to him arriving this time. But the offensive side of his game, that is very impressive.
Yeah, and how about the speed getting around the bases on that home run?
Oh, hey.
It wouldn't be a day at the ballpark if we didn't talk about Desmond's speed. Beat that dead horse.
There you go. He ran around so quickly that he has to fan himself. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Rays are on the board. Opposite field home run. Pitch is away, 2-2. Now the 2-2, and that pitch is down. And the other thing about that, I think he hit a changeup.
He did,
and that also speaks to strength.
No question. Escobar, he got a fastball, and that's impressive. No question about it. However, David Price supplying a lot of that power. That was a changeup, and he stayed back on the changeup and didn't shoot it to right field. He drove it out of the ballpark. I'm very impressed.
And now Zobrist draws the walk, so he's on base for the second time. The Rays have a base runner with 2 outs with a run home.
Zobrist able to lay off of 2 tough changeups there, a pitch that he struck out on in his previous at-bat. Actually, that was a 3-pitch strikeout. There he battles. It's a 2-out walk.
Here's Kochman. Chopper down the right side. Hill to his left from second will make the throw, and that retires the side. But the Rays get on the board as Desmond Jennings hits his second home run of the year. And here's a look at opposite field blast. It's 2-1 Toronto through 6. But 3 solo blasts in this game, 2 by the Blue Jays and 1 by the Rays. First pitch to Edwin Encarnacion is a strike. He'll be followed by Snyder and then Hill. 1-1. Good cut to miss. 1-2. They have started in Boston now. It's Beckett and Huff the matchup. The Indians and the Red Sox. The pitch is inside. 1-1. And no sooner have they started than the Indians have scored. 2-2 the count here to Encarnacion. Pitch is high. 1-1. Jason Kipnis has hit a home run in that game off Beckett. Not that. Didn't take long. Tapper foul. Yankees and the White Sox still rain delayed. Full count to Encarnacion. Getting word that New York-Chicago game is on the verge of being started in the next 10 minutes or so. Rain delayed Cleveland and Boston. They're now underway, and rain has delayed New York and Chicago. And that game about to get started. Way high and a leadoff walk issued to Encarnacion.
Well, kids, go back to school in style when you pick up the Raymond's Back to School set presented by Sagicor. You can pick yours up on Sunday, August the 7th when the Rays take on the Oakland A's. The first 10,000 kids 14 and under get one. So visit RaysBaseball.com to get those tickets right now.
It's Travis Snyder. For the first, Encarnacion back in. Snyder going to bunt that one, and he takes it up and in. A ball and no strikes. Two walks issued by Price. Both have been leadoff passes. Escobar walked to start the game, was left on. Now Encarnacion has walked to open the seventh. And there's a strike taken by Snyder. 1-1. David Price has pitched very well inside the AL East for his young career. Snyder bunts it foul. 1-2. David comes in 38 and 22 lifetime, and he's 20-6 inside the AL East.
David Price, he loves the challenge of pitching in the American League East, getting up for the big games against some of the best teams in all of baseball, the Yankees and the Red Sox. We've already talked about what he's done to this Blue Jay team. 8-0 record, the ERA under 2.
Foul ball back. Yeah, when you think that right now in all of the major leagues there are only 3 teams averaging over 5 runs a game. And 2 of them are in the American League East, Boston and New York. And the other one is in the American League, the Texas Rangers. Over to first. Encarnacion back in there. David on the verge of making his 100th pitch of the night. This will be it, and it's upstairs. The fastball fly and missed. 2-2. Two runs, 4 hits for Toronto, a run, 1 hit for the Rays. And now the 2-2 pitch to Snyder. Ground ball shortstop. Rodriguez gets it to second. 1. Zobrist to first. Not in time for the double play. Encarnacion forced at second. Snyder just didn't hit the ball very hard, and that prevented the Rays from getting a double play.
Yeah, and Sean Rodriguez had to wait back a little bit and let this ball come to him. Then quick with the hands, but just not quick enough to get Snyder.
Let's look at this play at second base.
How about here, the little transfer? You want to be a second baseman? That wasn't even the good one where they flipped you.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Sean Rodriguez and Ben Zobrist, no fear in standing over there at second base, turning a double play and staying right in there so that they can make a quality throw before they get chopped.
Yeah, Ben was trying to first avoid the potential roll of a body block, and then he found himself trying to get out of the way of the spikes.
Everything. That's it.
There's a strike. Aaron Hill, the hitter. fly ball to left and gone out pitcher first. Throws the runner. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. It one-hopped in, and Snyder gets a steal. A quick delivery by Shopik, but it one-hopped in.
Well, you'll see on the tag, Snyder sliding to the outside of second base, and the tag, Shopik good getting rid of that ball very quickly. But Zobrist here has to come up on it and then reach back. That's the thing. Watch his ball up. Now he's got to reach. They're saying that the hand got there before the tag on the chest.
Yeah, I think Ben thought they may have had him there. You see the tag down around the fanny, and then that left hand got in there. And all it takes is the illusion of being safe, and that becomes reality. So they get the steal, the 9th stolen base for Snyder on the year. 2-2. I think he got him. Look at that.
Just ahead. Yeah, he got him.
The fact that Zobrist had to give a little bit,
right,
to receive that one-hop throw and then take it to the runner is what gave the second base umpire, Corey Blazer, the impression that the runner was going to be safe.
Yeah, and we had to look at it 4 or 5 times in slow motion to get it right.
Yep, that's right. 3-2, popped up. Foul ball third base side for Evan Longoria. He's got it. Takes care of Aaron Hill. 2 outs. Runner at second is Snyder on the steal. And Rajat Davis is on his way to the plate. Davis bunted his way on in the 5th inning. The pitch is a strike. So he bunted his way on. He stole a base and then was caught stealing. Pitch is down. 1-1. He did all of that really in the span of 2 pitches, including the pitch that he bunted to reach on. Rays thought they had him picked off, and he was credited with a stolen base at second when Kochman's throw hit him in the back. Way up around the neck, the upper back, 2-1. And then on the next pitch, he was caught trying to steal. Trying to steal third and was thrown out. The 2-1. And a liner into center. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes Snyder around to score. Davis digging for 2, and he's in there ahead of the throw. And it's 3-1 Toronto. So Snyder with that steal scores on the hit from Rajai Davis.
Now here's the pitch out over the plate, 94 miles an hour, and Rajai Davis lines it out into left center field and forcing B.J. Upton to move to his right, which is what allowed Davis to get into second base. It's your checkers double the game. Snyder comes around to score. And once again, you see that David Price, runner in scoring position after the Rays were able to close within 2-1, gives up the hit.
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. 2/3. He gives up 3. Made 111 pitches, 5 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Leaves with a man on and gives way to Juan Cruz, who will face J.P. Arancibia.
Cruz fresh off the disabled list, on for the 39th time this season. Perfect 4-0 record. Almost a strikeout an inning and a very good opponent's average of 181.
There goes Davis stealing third, and this time he'll steal it without a play. 1 strike to count there in Arancibia.
How about that? I mean, just walked into third base. Nobody covered. Nobody tried to hold him. Uncontested. That was like indifference, except there's no reason to be indifferent at this point. It's a 2-run ball game.
Up and in and off the mitt of Shopping. Count is 1-1.
Well, it was almost like the Rays forgot Davis was out there. Hey, that was handled.
Yep.
I mean, all the way around. Cruz, and the throw, Shopping, no throw. Nobody was covering. There would be nobody to throw it to.
He used his speed to get to second base on the RBI hit to begin with. Two balls and a strike. Cruz had missed 13 games with a groin strain. Swing and a miss evens the count. It's 2-2. Foul. Still 2-2. Davis down at third. He's a big part of the Blue Jays picking up this extra run. Really, it began on the leadoff walk to Encarnacion. Walk a guy to start an inning in a close game, and you're dealing with fire. The Blue Jays ultimately have turned that into a run. Outside 3-2. The other thing frustrating about Davis, there's a guy hitting down 8th in the lineup. He's got great speed, so that's why you want to keep him off the bases. And his on base percentage a little over 270 coming into this game, so somebody's keeping him off base. Swing and a miss. Arancibia is out on strike. 7th inning stretch time at the park. 3-1 Toronto. We go to the Rays half of the 7th. They trail 3-1. Facing left-hander Ricky Romero. And a swing and a miss by B.J. Upton to begin the inning. B.J. has walked and grounded into a double play. Romero tonight, 1 run allowed, 1 hit. The run came on the Jennings home run. One ball, 1 strike. It's low. 2 balls and a strike. Down to third. Bautista sails the throw to first, but Lynn kept his foot on the bag, and Upton is the first out here in the 7th inning.
Now, some nifty footwork down there by Adam Lynn. Now, whether it was on there at the time, this throw is high, so he's going to transfer his feet. A chopper here by Upton. Bautista with the high throw. And you see how Lynn transfers the feet to get on the other side, the foul side of first base.
Well, there's another reason that we're hearing they're thinking about having Brett Lowry come up and play third base and move Bautista back to the outfield. 1 strike the count here to Matt Joyce. The other reason is that they think Lowry is ready. 1-1 to count. He was hitting 350, 360 in Las Vegas with last count 18 home runs. 1-1 to count to Matt Joyce. Pitch is inside, 2-1. Well, Joyce struck out with the bases loaded in the 2nd. The Rays had the bases loaded and nobody out in the 2nd and did not score. There's a line drive into right, and it's going to be caught by Davis for the 2nd out. How about this for the Rays? Since the 7th of June, 6-7, the Rays have loaded the bases 7 times with nobody out and have failed to score 6 of those times. So since 6-7, 6 out of 7 times have they failed to score with the bases loaded and nobody out.
I smell lottery, Dwayne.
I'm telling you. And the time they did was against the Red Sox when Zobrist hit a grand slam. Here's Shopping lifting a fly ball, and Snyder in left makes the catch. The Rays are up and down in order. We go to the 8th. It's 3-1 Toronto. cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife in Tampa Bay. Radiation Oncology. By Pepsi Max. Go to 2012springbaseball.com for a chance to win a trip for you and 9 friends. By Checkers, Feast On. And by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com. Well, we go to the 8th at Tropicana Field tonight. The Rays trailing 3-1. Juan Cruz in relief of David Price. And Cruz in here to face the leadoff man, Yunel Escobar. Pitch foul back. That's a strike. Escobar, Rasmus, and Bautista do up. Any deeper, Lind. J.P. Howell is up in the Rays bullpen. Cruz came on to strike out Aaron Sebia in the 7th. Pitch is upstairs, 1-1. Stretch we discussed about the Rays with nobody out and the bases loaded. The one time they cashed it in was Ben Zobrist when he had the grand slam off Andrew Miller. It's a pop foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's really hard to imagine. I mean, bases loaded 7 times, and 6 of the 7 times you don't score a run. I mean, I think you could almost go out and try to do that and still score more than just 1 time. I mean, that is hard to believe.
Well, it goes back to the topic we had earlier about productive at-bats. It's not a productive form anyway that you can imagine.
Well, that's exactly how they were taken out of that inning in tonight's ball game. You get the strikeout of Matt Joyce, get the strikeout of Kelly Shoppach. Now all you got to do is get an out. You got every base is open to make a play. Guy can hit one of the warning track. It doesn't do you any good with 2 outs.
And a foul tip strikeout. Escobar is out of there. Escobar wondering if maybe it hit the ground first, but he's not saying anything. He had a little dispute back in the 3rd with Gary Cederstrom, and there wasn't much of a percentage in him pursuing that. So he's out on strikes on the foul tip. Now a pitching change coming here for the Rays. J.P. Howell gets the call. The pitch is a strike. Rasmus 0 for 3 as J.P.'s on for the 27th time.
2-2 record, 5 holds, 8.68 earn run average, and a new haircut.
There's the strike. Oh, he's tightened up the look a little bit.
He has. I like it. So you just can't give baseball players a day off. They will do something dramatic.
Pitch is down. A ball and 2 strikes. JP worked 2/3 of an inning Saturday in Seattle. Came in with the man on and left them that way. Pitched a 1/3 of an inning in the game Friday in relief of Jeff Neiman. That was the combination 3-hit shutout by Neiman, Howell, and Gomes. And that's a close pitch right there. And it's 2-2. The 2-2 popped up, left side foul. Longoria is there, and Evan makes the catch. 2 gone. And it will be Jose Bautista. The Rays going to walk Bautista intentionally with the bases empty and 2 outs. He's the major's home run leader, and we saw one he hit in the 4th inning off David Price. So he'll get the intentional walk with Adam Lind due up next.
JP came close to throwing a strike during this intentional walk.
Be careful.
Yeah.
First baseman.
Now Adam Lind will bat. Lind 0 for 4 with the strikeout and the Howell-Lind matchup.
Got to be careful over 2 with Jose Bautista. He will run every now and then. So you see Casey Kochman still holding him on here.
The toss over there. Bautista is back in. Ball is in there for a strike. Three, 5-1 for the Blue Jays. 1-1-0 for the Rays. One and one. Austin hitting in the bottom of the 2nd inning, trailing the Indians 1-0 in a game that was rain delayed at the outset. The pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. Has taken a 2-0 lead on the White Sox. Game's now in the bottom of the 2nd. Tap to second base. Zobrist with the pickup, and the throw to Kochman retires the side. We go to the bottom half of inning 8, 3-1 Toronto.
We head into the bottom of the 8th inning. Stop into your local Hess Express and grab your 2011 race pocket schedule that includes a $5 off coupon for a pair of lower level tickets to see the Rays on Saturday nights. Hess Express is a presenting partner of the Rays 2011 Summer Concert Series, at Tropicana Field.
Concerts coming up here this weekend.
Yeah, big weekend.
Yeah. Sean Rodriguez leads it off for the Rays as they try to get something brewing here against Ricky Romero. A 1-strike count to Sean. Outside, 1-1. The only hit the Rays have, the home run in the 6th by Desmond Jennings. 1-2. Desmond will hit second in this inning. And then Johnny Damon. Both bullpens busy at the moment as we play in the bottom of the 8th in a 2-run game. Rodriguez fouls the pitch out of play. Sean struck out on a curveball in the 5th. He just fouled a curveball away to earn another 1-2 pitch. And the fastball is fouled up the right side. That fastball was up and in a bit. There's Frank Francisco in the bullpen for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Rays with Gomes and Peralta up. Two and two. The overall plan right now for Gomes is that with a 6-man rotation, he would serve as the long man if they need one. Ground ball to short. Escobar takes care of that. Todd Callis standing by. Todd?
Yeah, we'll check in again with the Auto 8 text poll question, Dwayne. Who did the best at the trade deadline, improving themselves the most? The Rangers TB1, the Phillies TB2, the Braves TB3, Giants TB4, Indians TB5. Text your votes to 789-789. Standard message and data rate supply. We'll have the results in our Rays Live postgame show, as well as hear from Joe Madden and update you on the Red Sox and Yankees scores and a special night for the Durham Bulls, guys.
All right, Todd. So we'll look forward to the postgame show immediately following the coverage of our contest here. Meanwhile, the Rays with 5 outs left trying to figure out a way to get to Romero. The count is 1-1 to Desmond Jennings. And so far, the only way is to hit the ball out of the ballpark, which Jennings did. An opposite field home run in the 6th. 1-2.
Well, you see how economical Ricky Romero has been with the pitch count outside of that 2nd inning. 33 pitches in that inning and settled down here, and a lot of single-digit innings.
Including a 5-pitch inning in the 4th. And he managed to strike out a hitter in the 4th inning and still make only 5 pitches. And a couple of 9-pitch innings.
Yeah, 5-pitch inning with a strikeout and a base run.
And strike 3 called. Jennings caught looking.
Now that's the cutter. Ricky Romero with a cutter down and in. This is going to be right at the bottom edge of the strike zone. You see this ball is down. And he gets the call. Not much of an argument there from Desmond.
Desmond's only been here about 2 weeks. So, or less than that, really.
That doesn't stop a lot of them.
That's right. It's a little different approach these days. 1-0 the count to Johnny Damon.
Well, it just speaks to Desmond Jennings.
Sure does.
Respectful of his place. Bide his time, keep his mouth shut, play the game hard the right way.
Well, he's showing all the signs of doing that. To Damon. Foul ball on the check. 1-1. And the liner into right field. Davis runs over there and makes the catch. That retires the side. 1, 2, 3. We're through 8. 3-1 Toronto.
The authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
We go to the 9th inning, and Brandon Gomes is the new pitcher, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Rays, as it turns out, after David Price pitched 2 outs into the 7th. Edwin Encarnacion will face Gomes. This pitch is a strike. Encarnacion and Snyder and Hill. It's 1-1. A ball, 2 strikes. Bautista homered in the 4th inning. Escobar homered in the 6th. And Davis drove in a run with a hit in the 7th. The Rays got their run in the 6th inning on Jennings' home run. It's a 2-2 count on Encarnacion, the DH. Couple of home runs from the Toronto infield tonight. Ball 3 and the count is full.
Tried to get him outside, came back inside, froze him on both fastballs, but they were just off the plate. Working with a full count.
Popped up. Back to the screen, shopping, but it's out of play. Gomes will make another 3-2 pitch. Gomes pitched 2 innings Friday night in Seattle. 2 perfect innings. Gone out 3-2 on Encarnacion. And ball 4 is inside.
Well, for all the latest updates on your Tampa Bay Rays, log on to TampaBay.com for in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com. Powered by the St. Petersburg Times.
Travis Snyder. Holmes trying to hold this Toronto ball club right where they are. The Rays have 3 outs remaining. First pitch to Snyder is a strike. Snyder reached out a fielder's choice in the 7th inning, stole a base and scored the 3rd Blue Jays run. Soft liner into center, falling in front of Upton. And the Blue Jays have the first 2 men on. Encarnacion stops at second on the base hit off the bat of Snyder. And now it'll be Aaron Hill with 2 men on and nobody out. Bunt. Gomes turns and goes to third, and he got the out there. He hesitated a bit. He initially had a play that wasn't going to be anywhere close, but there was just a little hesitation in the middle of that, and he still gets Encarnacion.
Well, that's what the Rays are looking to do. They're late in the ball game. You want to cut down that lead runner. That's why there was a little quick meeting on the mound to set the defense. Gomes gets the ball here. Evan retreats, and you see Gomes almost look off at first base before turning and making that throw to Longoria. That play a lot closer than it should have been, but the bottom line is the play did get made.
It's kind of strange to see him check first.
Yeah, right. I know.
Now here's Davis. And a fly ball into center. Upton makes the catch. Snyder's tagging, headed to third, and the throw is not in time. So a move up to third, holding at first is Hill. 2 outs with men on the corners now. Aaron Sebia with 3 strikeouts tonight, 0 for 3. Rays have Longoria, Zobrist, and Kochman due up. So Gomes tries to hold the Blue Jays right here. The first pitch is a strike. Ready. Side a bit. 1-1. Jim Hickey's headed to the mound here. Rays have McGee up in the bullpen. 2 outs, first and third. Jake. Cleveland and Boston tied 1-1, top of the third at Fenway. The Boston run coming on a wild pitch. Snyder third, Hill at first. There goes Hill. The pitch is foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Yankees have added to their lead in Chicago. That game's in the top of the third, 4-0. Teixeira hit a 2-run home run, his 30th home run of the year. One, two, with the runner going again, and it's popped up. Foul ball again and out of play. So we'll see the 1-2 pitch again. Russell Martin had homered earlier in that game for the Yankees against the White Sox. It's Hughes and Danks, the pitching matchup there. 1-2 again, and a swing and a miss. Aaron Sebia strikes out. So the Rays come in ahead in the bottom of the ninth, down by 2. Bottom of the ninth. They need a couple to keep it going. The only thing they could do against Ricky Romero was pick up 1 run on the Desmond Jennings home run. 1 run, 1 hit, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And now the tall right-hander, John Roush, on.
The best news of the day for the Rays, Ricky Romero out of the ball game. I don't care who they bring in. John Roush is on for the 46th time, 9 out of 13 in the save department. Works 44 1/3 innings.
Evan Longoria, the first man to face him, and the pitch is outside. A ball and no strikes. And Romero for 8 innings and 109 pitches of 1 hit, 1 run baseball. Pitch is low, 2-0. Roush has given up home runs in each of his last 2 outings. J.J. Hardy got him Thursday, and Mike Napoli on Friday. There's a strike. It's 2-1. Takes the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Roush for being an end of the late in the game, back end of the bullpen pitcher, not overpowering, even being a big guy. See that last fastball right around 90 miles an hour. He relies on moving the ball around and creating a good downhill angle.
It's foul out of play. Rays need a base runner to have a shot. And a foul again out of play as Longoria battles Roush.
Well, when you look at Fox Tracks too, you see exactly what Roush is trying to do. Late in the ball game, a 2-run lead, a close game, make the Rays hitters beat you to the big part of the field. Keep the ball away from them. Look at the little cluster. Down and away.
And it is away again, this time off the plate, taken for ball 3, 3-2. Foul back. 8 pitches here to Longoria, so Evan having a battling at bat here against Roush, trying to open the bottom of the ninth by reaching base. And he fouls this one, forcing another pitch.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing, too. Evan Longoria is dialed in on the outer half. He knows that's where the pitch is going to be. Continues to spoil some pretty tough pitches. Takes some off the plate. He can work a walk here or get a mistake.
And he fouls another one. Fastball that time. So it's a 10-pitch at bat right now.
Now, if I was Evan, I'd be wary of that slider right here.
Three and 2, and Longoria steps back.
Or not.
And the fastball skied into center. Rasmus is there, and he makes the catch. So it went 11 pitches, 1 away.
11 pitches, all in the same general area. Able to get an out of it.
Now Ben Zobrist, and despite giving up a home run Friday to Napoli, Roush still collected a save in that outing. Pitch is low to Zobrist, 1-0. Roush 9 of 13 in the save department. One. Two balls and a strike. Zobrist looks at strike 2. 2-2. Foul, that's headed out of play. So Zobrist extending the at bat here against Roush. Been 1 of 3 lifetime against him. Not a lot of at bats for the Rays against Roush. Longoria had gone 1 of 1 before he hit the fly ball to center. And there's a shot to center field. Rasmus there for this one. And a fastball, and Roush gets 2 fly balls.
Yeah, that's what Roush is trying to do, and keep the ball away from the Rays hitters. He knows that they want to try to drive the ball here in this situation. That was a fastball there away once again to Ben Zobrist, and he just got him reaching on it. Lost all of his power. He made solid contact, but there was nothing behind it.
Now here's Casey Kochman. Pitch is a strike. Kochman has been hit by a pitch. He reached on an error and grounded out to second. Pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Roush to the plate. Kochman fouls 1. Takes it to 2-2. The Rays trouble mustering much offense tonight. And a little looper, short left, got a chance to fall, base hit. Out of the reach of Bautista. So Kochman keeps the game going. The Rays still have a shot as Kochman drops a base hit into shallow left. Their second hit tonight.
Little emergency swing here by Kochman on a breaking ball. First breaking ball that we've seen. True curveball there that stayed up in the zone from Roush, and he just put a little 2-strike swing on it and dropped that ball in there. And then Rays have life here. You got B.J. Upton.
Elliott Johnson pinch running at first base now for Kochman. And it's B.J. Upton here facing off against Roush. He's 1-for-1 lifetime against him. And the pitch hit on the ground to the right side. That's going to sneak through. Base hit into right. Johnson's going to go to third. So with 2 outs, the Rays put men on the corners. Little roller through the right side. And then you talk about in the right spot.
Talk about taking what the defense will give you. The ball moving away from it, and BJ just hits a cue shot right where nobody's playing. Look at that big hole there on the right side, and that ball right off the cup end of the bat. Just dribbles it out into right field.
So it's first and third, 2 outs. Matt Joyce. Joyce 0 for 2 with a walk tonight, facing Roush for the first time. pitch is down. A ball to no strikes. Well, the Rays would like a long one here. Crouch has given home runs in each of his last 2 outings, as we mentioned. The 1-0 pitch. And it's down. 2 balls, no strikes. There's Johnson, pitch running at third. Upton's aboard at first. 2-0 is wide. 3 balls, no strikes. Two-run game, 3-1, 2 outs, 2 on, bottom of the 9th. 3-0. And a high pop, shallow left. Snyder is there and makes the catch to end this game for the Rays in the 9th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. So the Blue Jays take the first game of this series. Romero the winner, 9-9. Price the loser, 9-10. Rouse picks up his 10th save before 13,333. For Ryan Anderson and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the telecast and not the outcome. Same 2 teams tomorrow night at 7. We'll be with you on Sun Sports. See you next on Rays Live, the postgame.